Football Club Barcelona put on a masterclass in El Clasico and consolidate their lead in LaLiga EA Sports over Real Madrid. Real Betis hand Atletico Madrid a defeat at home at the Benito Villamarín. And Villarreal celebrate the return of Jose Perez with a hard-fought win over Valladolid that keeps them in the top four. These are the weekend results from match day 11 of the LaLiga EA Sports season, which kicked off with a Friday night win for Sevilla away to Espanyol. El Clasico ended with a resounding victory for Barcelona. They won 4-0 against Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu in the capital. Leganes won 3-0 against Celta Vigo. It ended 1 apiece between Getafe and Valencia. Real Betis won 1-0 against Atletico Madrid, and Real Sociedad lost 2-0 to Osasuna. The matchday comes to a close on Monday night with Mallorca against Athletic Club. Barcelona remain top of the table. They now have a 6-point lead over Real Madrid in second place. Villarreal move up to third. Atletico Madrid are down to fourth. Betis, Osasuna and Athletic Club complete the top 7. At the bottom it's Valencia, Valladolid and Las Palmas in the relegation zone.
Barcelona put 4 past Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu to win the first Clasico of the season. Hansi Flick's extraordinary campaign continues. It was his first Clasico. It was Kylian Mbappe's first Clasico as well. It didn't end well for the French striker. Barcelona with an early chance here. Lamine Yamal was onside, but Lunin made the save. At the other end, Kylian Mbappe squares this one for Bellingham. It was clawed away on his line by Iñaki Peña, who was superb in goal for Barcelona. Wouldn't have counted anyway because the flag was up for offside. Barcelona caught Real Madrid offside 8 times in the first half. Vinicius with this shot dragged wide. Mbappe pleading for the pass. Vinny went for goal, unable to hit the target. Mbappe did have the ball in the back of the net in the first half, but it was one of those 8 offsides. It was very, very close. But he was a knees width, the wrong side of the last defender. Nicely clipped over the top of Iñaki Peña. But offside it was, so it stayed at 0-0. Casado slides this one through to Lewandowski. This also looked offside. Lewandowski continued, slotted it past Lunin. The flag stayed down, and Robert Lewandowski had goal number 13 in La Liga for him this season. And it's Mondi who's playing him onside. Not too much Lunin could do about that. Brilliantly executed. It was Casado's pass. What a week he's had. Outstanding against Bayern, and outstanding once again in the Bernabeu. And Real Madrid never really recovered from that early setback. Lewandowski just a minute later made it 2, this time from Balde's cross. That took Lewandowski to 14 goals. And to think some of us thought that the 36-year-old might have had his best days. What a season he's having. Vinicius playing this one into Mbappe, but every time Kylian Mbappe did beat the offside trap, he then couldn't beat Iñaki Peña. So many doubts over the Barcelona standing goalkeeper replacing Marc-Andre ter Stegen, but he was superb. Down at the other end, Lewandowski had the chance to complete his hat-trick, but his shot came back off the foot of the post from Rafinha's assist. This time it's Lamine Yamal running in behind, and another opportunity for Lewandowski, and this time he blazes it over the top. But the Barca counter-attack's causing all sorts of problems for Real Madrid. Modric, who was on as a second-half substitute, lifted this one over the top for Mbappe, but who was there to stop him again? Once again, Iñaki Peña. Still more to come from Barcelona. Rafinha, someone else who's had a fantastic week, teeing up Lamine Yamal into the roof of the net. That's his first Clasico goal. And there was no way that Real Madrid were going to get back into this game. The comeback kings had done it in midweek against Dortmund, having been 2 goals down. But there was no resistance. Barcelona kept coming forward, and this time it's Rafinha dinking that one over the top of Lunin. Nothing that Lucas and Rudiger could do on the goal line to stop it entering the back of the net, hitting the back of the net, and that made it 4. And Real Madrid fans just wanted it to be over, really. Rafinha's 6th goal of the season. Lamine Yamal has scored 5. They are the hottest front 3 in Europe, there's no doubt about that. And that's the way it finished in the Bernabeu. Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 4. Betis get their first win against Atletico Madrid since 2019, and it's the first time ever that Manuel Pellegrini in La Liga has got one over Cholo Simeone. Taken charge of 12 games previously, 4 for Malaga and 8 in charge of Betis, and never beaten Simeone. The goal came very early with plenty of help from the Atletico Madrid defenders. It's Abde with the cross. It hits Witsel, and then it's turned in by Jose Jimenez. Betis with the lead. And the only surprise was that they weren't able to build on that lead, particularly in the first half, when they had chance after chance after chance, but couldn't get the second goal. Here's one of those opportunities. Victor Roque playing the ball back to Abde, and Abde shooting wide. Another opportunity here for Abde. It's him against Jano Black, and again he puts it wide. Black furious with the players in front of him. So easy for Abde just to break the offside chap and run onto that one. There wasn't too much news of Atletico at the other end. Griezmann testing Rui Silva with this shot. Lo Celso watching from the stands. Betis managing okay without him, despite how important he is to them. There's another opportunity here. This time it comes back off the frame of the goal from Abde. So he could easily have had a first-half hat-trick. This was Atleti's best first-half chance. Griezmann's corner, Renildo's header, Rui Silva with the save. Down at the other end. Victor Roque shooting into the side netting. Unselfish play from Chimi, but the angle wasn't great and he couldn't finish. Images now from the second half. There were 2 changes at half-time for Atletico Madrid. Chorlot and Galan came on. Conor Gallagher and Renildo went off, but the traffic was still in the wrong direction as far as Atletico Madrid were concerned. That shot from Abde just over the top. This is probably Atletico's best spell of pressure. Midway through the second half, Julian Alvarez sending that shot over the top. Tipped over by Rui Silva. But back down the other end. And Betis thought they had a penalty here. It comes back off the crossbar from Fornals. Galan tries to clear. Maybe catches Fornals in the head. That's certainly the way that Gil Manzano saw it. And for a high boot, he points to the spot. He's urged to check it, and when he does check it, he changes his mind. Fornals always stooping. Galan gets the ball. The kick is not that high. And so the penalty is ruled out. Betis still surging forward. Asani Jao was on at this point, having replaced Chimi Avila. That's his shot just wide. Charlotte's flick on. Correa onto the post. One of two occasions in the second half when the Argentinian substitute would hit the frame of the goal. First time he knew plenty about it. The next time, not so much. This is it. It's a back header and it comes off the crossbar. And that's the way it finished in the Benito Villamarin final score. Betis 1, Atletico Madrid 0.
Matchday 11 in La Liga. EA Sports brought us the game between Real Sociedad and Osasuna at the Real Arena. Real Sociedad were coming into this game looking to extend their 4-game undefeated streak, and yet they really struggled at home against Osasuna, a side who haven't won yet away from El Sadar. Lucas Torró would actually head the visitors into the lead. A ball played in by Brian Zaragoza from a corner that was played short. Torró able to pick out the back post and score his second goal of the season. Real Sociedad had the lion's share of possession in the game, and yet Osasuna, mostly in transition, were dangerous almost every time they went forward. Osasuna coming into this one off the back of suffering their first home defeat of the campaign. They've looked strongest this season at El Sadar, but they fell 2-1 against Betis last time out, looking to put that right here at the Real Arena. They did well with the 1-0 lead. Agurd came close to making it 1-1, but he was denied by a very good save from Sergio Herrera. The second goal would eventually come, though, for Osasuna on 33 minutes. Again, another assist for Brian Zaragoza, but this time the goal scorer was Ante Budimir. Who else? Goal number 5 for him this season. A fine finish into the bottom corner to get the better of Alex Remiro. Osasuna had only scored 2 goals on the road before this season, before this match I should say, and they'd already scored 2 in half an hour at the Real Arena. They were also awarded a late penalty, a foul on Enzo Boyomo, but that was checked at by VAR and it was overruled by the official. Images now of the second half, and Take Kubo was introduced during the break by Iwan Al-Alguacil. It took him just 90 seconds to have his first shot on target. He really did add some creativity, cutting in from the right-hand side. And here he almost set up Martin Zubimendi for a goal, but the midfielder's effort straight into the hands of Herrera. Herrera would then deny Lukas Sucic the chance to find the bottom corner. Good save from the Osasuna captain, down low. Sucic taking that one on his preferred left foot. This was, though, his best save of the game. Herrera parrying the ball away from Take Kubo, who was looking to pick out the top corner. Really good stretch there from Herrera to parry the ball away into the stand. Osasuna didn't really have any clear-cut chances in the second half. This was the closest they came. Ante Budimir and Osasuna capitalising on a mistake at the back from Real Sociedad. Fortunately for Budimir, shot just wide of the goal. Similar for Juan Cruz just minutes later. Osasuna still dangerous, though, from set pieces in the game, despite not having more really than 35% possession. There was another talking point in the final minutes of the game. Brais Mendez was brought down in the box and a penalty was given. Similar to Boyomo's in the first half, though, it was checked by VAR and it was overruled. No foul on Brais Mendez, and the game would end like that. In fact, during the VAR check, Vicente Moreno was also sent off for arguing with the initial decision. The final score at the Real Arena was Real Sociedad 0, Osasuna 2.
Sevilla are starting to get back to form, earning their first away win of the season. One of the main factors in this improvement is Dodi Lukebakio, who on this match day confirmed that he is one of the most talented players in the Sevilla squad. He opened the scoring in his side's match against Espanyol. Lukebakio received the ball high up the pitch in the 20th minute. And after a brief forward run, he took a perfect left-footed shot that went directly into the top corner. Despite shooting with the inside of his boot, the Belgian gave the ball just enough power to prevent Joan Garcia, the goalkeeper, from being able to do anything. His spectacular goal was the best of matchday 11 in LaLiga EA Sports.
Matchday 11 in La Liga EA Sports kicked off with a game between Espanyol and Sevilla at the RCDE Stadium. Both sides are coming into this game off the back of heavy defeats last time out. Espanyol fell 4-1 away to Athletic Club, while Sevilla actually fell 5-1 away to Barcelona in this very city. Both were looking to bounce back from those heavy defeats. Kedira for Espanyol had the first chance. This ball inside the box, but the Espanyol striker unable to hit the target. Neither could Álvaro Tejero from this free kick, who actually scored Sevilla's consolation goal, or Espanyol's consolation goal, I should say, last weekend, away to Athletic Club. The first goal of this game, though, was scored by Dodi Lukebakio with Sevilla's first chance of the game. And what a finish it was from the edge of the box, beating Joan Garcia, putting the ball into the top corner. What a finish that is from the Belgian international. Espanyol almost instantly had the chance to equalise at the other end from a corner. Kedira helping on the ball, but neither Kral or the returning Javi Puado could get the ball over the line at the back post. Sambi Lakonga was running things in midfield for Sevilla, and here he picked out Juanlu in an attempt to make it 2-0. But Juanlu and Isaac Romero were both denied by the Espanyol defence. Brian Olivan tried to go for the spectacular here, hitting this ball first time. A good ball in from Tejero, but Orjan Nerland was able to claim. And in the final minute of the first half, in a chance that really seemed like nothing was going to come from it, Lukebakio actually managed to get Sevilla second, and his second of the night. A fine finish despite having 6 Espanyol players inside the penalty area. The chance here seemed to not be going anywhere, but Juanlu, that will count as an assist for him, just picks out Lukebakio, who shifts the ball onto his left foot and gets that extra yard of space. He's now scored 5 La Liga goals this season, equaling his tally from the entirety of last season. The downside to this positive performance for Sevilla came in the second half, when Orjan Nerland had to go down after picking up what we suspect was an ankle injury. He did it all on his own here, reaching for the ball, but he was the one who instantly kicked the ball out of play and had to go off injured. Replacing him was actually the former Espanyol goalkeeper in Álvaro Fernández, who was also making his Sevilla debut. Espanyol were then awarded a penalty later on in the half, but before that, Alejo Vélez would head this corner just wide of the goal. The former Sevilla man inches away, but he put the ball the wrong side of the post. Javi Puado, on his return, was looking for a goal. Did well in space to cut onto his right foot, but all he could do was muster up a corner. Espanyol's top goal scorer this season. He was looking for his 4th of the campaign. And from that corner, as we say, Espanyol were actually awarded a penalty kick, initially for the shout of handball. Worth pointing out that former Espanyol man Adrià Pedrosa had gone down in the box, and after a VAR check, there didn't seem to actually be a handball. The referee went over to the screen, and it was given as a free kick in Sevilla's favour. The final chance of the game went to Djibril Sow and Sevilla. Sow was actually playing as a makeshift striker in the final minutes. He could only hit the side netting, and at the RCDE Stadium, the game would end in a victory for Sevilla, their first win on the road. Espanyol 0, Sevilla 2 was the final score.
Las Palmas were able to beat Girona 1-0 at home, earning their second win of the season. Honorary kickoff was taken by Armides Oliveres, who has become the first Spanish world champion bodyboarder. Las Palmas played in all pink for World Breast Cancer Awareness Day, and the first chance of the game was for 19-year-old Selvi Klua, who was making his first start in LaLiga, playing in the Girona midfield. He forced a save from Jasper Cillessen, and then Girona thought they'd taken the lead on 6 minutes when Donny van de Beek put the ball in the back of the net, but his celebrations were short-lived because the goal was disallowed. Bojan Miovski was penalised for a foul on Alex Suarez in the build-up. So it remained 0-0 at this stage, and Girona very nearly went in front twice. It was a double stop from Cillessen, a key moment in the game on 26 minutes. Initially, Cillessen kept out the effort from Arnau and then from Miguel. Girona were coming into this game having just picked up their first ever Champions League win, but domestically their struggles continue. And as for Las Palmas, well, they were looking to build on their victory at Mestalla. Kylian Rodriguez went close, and then they scored the only goal of the game just before half-time through Alex Munoz. The fullback registered his third goal of the season, his second goal of the week, having scored in the win at Mestalla. Viti with the cross. Fabio Silva tried to win the header. The ball ran through for Munoz, who finished really well to make it 1-0. Girona were plagued by injuries, and in the second half they never really got going. It was the hosts who looked more likely to score. Alberto Moledo was a constant threat. And as the rain began to fall at the Estadio Gran Canaria, Moledo was able to force a save from Gazzaniga as Las Palmas were heading towards their first home win of the season. And what an impact from Diego Martinez. 2 wins from his opening 2 games. There was to be no equaliser from Girona. Miguel Gutierrez, who had scored midweek against Slovan Bratislava, went close but couldn't equalise. And then Moledo again was a danger, forcing another stop from Gazzaniga. It was a really bad day for Girona. They saw their substitute goalkeeper Juan Carlos Martin sent off, and they very nearly conceded a second goal. Arnau gave the ball away, and Sandro teed up Moledo with 11 minutes remaining. But the youngster couldn't convert. He couldn't find his 5th goal of the season. His effort grazed the outside of the post, and it remained 1-0. But Las Palmas did hold on for the win. It finished Las Palmas 1, Girona 0.
Valladolid and Villarreal played one heck of a football game on the Saturday afternoon of matchday 11, just before El Clasico to be played later in the evening. But this one was all about chances missed, and keeper saves. We had everything in this game, and Villarreal were the team on the front foot often. Elias Ahumac linking up here dropping it back for the first goal of the game from Kiko Femenia to Tierno Barry, who scores his 3rd goal of the season. All 3 of them have come with his head. A smooth finish in traffic for Barry, who's been an excellent signing for Villarreal this year. Femenia sets it up. It's well finished to give Villarreal the lead, and both sides would push forward in both halves to find goals, and it was mostly Villarreal looking for the 2nd goal to provide some cushioning. Barry here denied by Karl Hein, who was the MVP of the game. The Valladolid keeper got involved on so many occasions to keep Villarreal out of the net. This one, though, was the post that did it. Alex Baena could not score, and it comes off of the inside of the post and then gets cleared away. And this was, again, one of a number of occasions, we're already into the 2nd half, that kept Valladolid in the game. And you're thinking, as the game goes along, since they haven't gotten the 2nd goal, Valladolid have a chance to make something happen. And that's what they did. Mamadou Sila gets in behind and then around Logan Costa, penalty, and Sila heads to the spot. A chance to make it 1-1. The man who scored the penalty goal late at the end of the season last year in LaLiga high promotion against Villarreal's B team to give Valladolid automatic promotion, heads to the spot this time against Valladolid, or against Villarreal's A team, and he calmly strokes it into the back of the net. 1-1 an hour into the game. 2nd of the season for Sila, and Valladolid had some new life. Both sides continued to push forward, but Villarreal were the team that worked harder to do so, and because of that, it forced Karl Hein to work harder. Elias Akumak with this left-footed effort, forcing one of a number of saves from Hein to keep his team in the game. Excellent sprawling save from the Estonian, on loan from Arsenal. This left-handed stop kept Valladolid moving, and unfortunately for them, it wouldn't be enough because the goal would eventually have to come. Not here, though. This time the post gets involved again. Pape Gay thought he had the go-ahead goal. Not to be. So where would the winner come from? How about down the left-hand side? Alex Baena, deflection, Sergi Cardona, Hein, post, back heel, cleared off the line. Nothing again. And it seemed for all the world like 1-1 was the way we were closing out the night, but that wasn't to be. Bad luck for Hein, nothing he could do about this one. Alex Baena knows how to deliver a cross. Don't let him get it on his right foot. Ayose Perez off the bench. 7 goals this season, averaging over a goal per 90, and it is the winner. Baena's league-leading 6th assist of the year pulls him level with Lamine Yamal at the top of the La Liga charts. And how about that for a finish? Ayose getting the win for Villarreal at the Jose Zorrilla. Final score, Valladolid 1, Villarreal 2.
Karl Hein was not able to prevent his team from losing to Villarreal, but the Estonian goalkeeper kept Valladolid alive until the last moment. His first intervention came in the 34th minute, a few moments after conceding the opening goal. Nicolas Pepe tried to score a solo effort, but was the first to run into the Valladolid goalkeeper. Just before the break, he prevented Tierno Barry from scoring a brace. And after the restart, there was more work for Hein. First, he met a header from Costa. Villarreal continued to press, and the chances were coming. But Hein was still a brick wall. Not even Pape Gay from square on, nor Ilias Akamak from very far out, could beat the Estonian. Pepe was thwarted in the 81st minute. Hein made his best save in the 82nd minute. A heroic Hein could not go home with a point for Valladolid. He was the best goalkeeper of matchday 11 in LaLiga EA Sports.
So, Rayo Vallecano against Alaves, against a backdrop of incredible noise and atmosphere inside this ground, and it turned out to be a really disappointing afternoon in the end for Alaves, and certainly for Rayo Vallecano's perspective. I mean, the opportunity early on for Alathon was a good one. Just couldn't quite take it. It's really good goalkeeping, you'd have to say. Spreads himself so big to make the save. For Alaves, well, gave the ball away. A really dangerous area, and Vallecano streaming forwards, and Cameo inside the penalty area. Did the first part really well. Just cut back on himself, but when he got himself in that kind of position, surely expected the net to bulge, or certainly the goalkeeper to work. And the free kick zipped in by Lejeune, the big centre-back. Comfortable for the goalkeeper, though. Fancied this some range, didn't it? Florian Lejeune. Goalkeeper with a comfortable save, though. And then this happens in the game. And, well, it was clearly a foul. Martinez was clean through. I mean, stretched out that right leg, got a chunk of the man, none on the ball. Yellow card was initially shown. VAR intervened. Yellow became red. Rayo Vallecano were down to 10. Abdul Mumin sent off then. There's a long stretch of the game to play for the hosts with just 10. And Alaves trying to make things happen inside the confines of the penalty area. And the effort on goal was swamped out really by the massive bodies in there. Oscar Valentin in the end after Jordan had the strike. What about this for an opportunity though for Alaves? Carlos Vicente inside the penalty area. Goalkeeper with a massive save, but Carlos Vicente's got to score in that kind of position. Got to score. Vallecano coming forwards inside the penalty area, and Thom was there at the back post on the stretch. It's difficult, I think, in fairness to him. Stretch out that left leg and contact with it. Alaves at the other end, and once again, Carlos Vicente involved, cutting inside and snatching his strike away. And then the moment that mattered, a lovely effort on goal from Gumbau. But it was ultimately an own goal from Antonio Silveira. It's a magnificent save by the Alaves goalkeeper initially, tipping the ball onto the crossbar, and then it came back. And you can see here, comes back off his forearm, his right forearm, into the back of the net. It's an own goal. And it's a brutal moment for him, really. Vallecano had more chances. Was the substitute who was involved there. Meridane should have made it 2-0, really. Really well placed inside the area. And the ball played forward once again. And the opportunity for the strike on goal from Ratiu. Did really well, the right back had a really good game, in fact. Smashing the ball against the crossbar. Lovely technique. And Rayo Vallecano did have more opportunities in the game. Floated forward into a really, really good area. Lovely step overs. And ultimately, just couldn't quite find the back of the net. It's beautifully done by the substitute, Ian Barber, at least initially. Full time though, the 10 men of Rayo Vallecano won. Alaves slip into 5 defeats from 5. So Leganes against Celta Vigo. Leganes coming into this contest with just 1 win for the opening 10 games of the season. And Celta Vigo certainly would have come here this afternoon hoping and expecting to pick up all 3 points. That's certainly not how it panned out. Celta Vigo, they did start the game really well. The effort on goal from range, and Moriba. And tested the goalkeeper, but not much more than that. Might have just been drifting wide in any case. Did have chances though, Celta Vigo. Jonathan Bamba never quite caught hold of this one. And very well placed inside the penalty area, just on the edge of the D, really. Jonathan Bamba will be disappointed with that one. Then Iago Aspas with a couple in the first half, really. On his left foot as well, but just couldn't quite get hold of it in the manner that he would have liked. Iago Aspas with the effort. Comfortable save. Iago Aspas once again, this time just trying to locate the top corner, couldn't do so. I'd be really disappointed, Iago Aspas. Got the capacity from there. Aspas once again, you can see the chances he had in this first half, and there just wasn't one where Aspas really connected as he would have liked on that left foot. And Sotelo with the effort off target. You can see the chances racking up though for Celta Vigo in the game. And Alvarez in towards Bamba, and Jonathan Bamba striking over the crossbar on that occasion, and Celta Vigo would live to rue the missed chances, because there was to be something special in the second half from Leganes. There's a little warning sign as the substitutes came on, or rather changed the game for Leganes. They just managed to change things around, but it was Marco Alonso's error here. Marcos Alonso with the mistake, and that just allowed De La Fuente to feed it into Dani Rabah, and of course across the face of goal for Diego Garcia to slot home and make it 1-0 on 58 minutes. Really nicely done. Diego Garcia just passing it home. No chance for the goalkeeper from that kind of range, really. From this point, Leganes just purring, really. So full of confidence, and they had more opportunities. This was Fuente on the turn, couldn't really test the goalkeeper. And they too introduced some more substitutes, did Leganes, and it's just one of those afternoons for Celta Vigo. So frustrated. This was the injury for Dani Rabah. Frustrated, a little bit of a cause for concern there, really, with the hamstring. Juan Cruz was on in his place, and Juan Cruz was actually really busy. Then this happened, teed up so nicely for Brasanac with the turn and finish to make it 2-0. It's a lovely finish, isn't it, on 77 minutes. Just does so well to pirouette. I mean, the less we talk about the Celta Vigo defending, the better from their perspective. Appalling defending, really. Nobody near the man himself. He tucked it home. Then this happened, Juan Cruz with a delicious ball into the penalty area and headed home by Sergio Gonzalez to make it 3. And what a fabulous win for Leganes. It's a lovely ball in, just needs a touch. Goalkeeper can't keep it out. Magnificent win. Just their second win of the La Liga season so far. And Leganes 3, Celta Vigo 0. The full-time score, just their second win of the season for the hosts. Massive victory for them.
At the Coliseum, Getafe welcomed Valencia on match day 11, both sides in dire need of a victory. Valencia starting the game bottom of the LaLiga EA Sports table and without an away win this term. This was an early chance for Solá that he put wide. That header on was met by Adam Barry. His nudge on the ball dropped onto the top netting. Another cross in was met this time by Omar Alderete, and Georgi Mamarashvili had to make the save. More chances abounded, this time for Valencia, and they got their goal with their first effort of the game. Enter Baranachea opening his goal-scoring account for Los Che. Meeting it at the back post off a Luis Rioja corner. Just got a glancing touch from Alderete. In the second half, Thierry Correa was taken off, stretchered off after pulling up with an injury. He was replaced by one-time Getafe player Dimitri Folkier. Foul on Luis Milla led to a free kick, which was able to be taken in a decent position. Milla delivered it in, it went over to the back post. The header, back off the crossbar from Mauro Arambari. Further injury woes for Valencia when Luis Rioja went down. He had to be subbed off in the second half. This free kick, ball delivered in, found its way loose, and Nyom tried to shoot on goal. It hit debutant Calfries on the hand, and the referee pointed to the penalty spot. Stepping up to take for the second time in as many match days was Arambari. He kept it simple, driving it with power down the middle to level in the 89th minute. Late on, there was a spectacular double stop made by Georgi Mamadashvili. First from his own teammate Tarega after the ball had hit him. Then on the follow-up by Yildirim. The final score, Getafe 1, Valencia 1. El Clasico is the biggest match in the world and also the best stage for footballers to show what they are capable of. This one allowed Robert Lewandowski to confirm that, despite being 36 years old, he is still one of the most deadly goal scorers around. The Pole had not been able to find the net against Real Madrid since his arrival in LaLiga in 2022, but this time he got his revenge. His first clear chance came in the 54th minute. Marc Casado threaded through a pass that left Lewandowski alone in front of Lunin. And the striker did not miss his opportunity. A low shot close to the post made the goalkeeper's stretch useless. Lewandowski struck again just 2 minutes later, this time after a formidable cross by Balde. The Pole made it 2-0 with a perfect header. Lewandowski could have increased his personal tally, but his brace made him the best player of matchday 11 in the LaLiga EA Sports. These are the weekend results from matchday 11 of the LaLiga EA Sports season, and El Clasico was won by Barcelona away from home 4-0 against Real Madrid. There was a win for Las Palmas by 1-0 over Girona. Sevilla were 2-0 winners away from home against Espanyol, whilst Real Betis were 1-0 winners over Atletico Madrid. Real Sociedad fell to a surprise 2-0 defeat at the hands of Osasuna, and the matchday will come to a close on Monday night with Mallorca against Athletic Club. At the top, Barcelona extend their advantage to 6 points over Real Madrid, whilst Villarreal move into third place at the expense of Atletico Madrid. Real Betis, Osasuna and Athletic Club round off the top 7, whilst at the bottom it's Valencia, Valladolid and Las Palmas in the relegation zone. Here's what's coming up on match day 12. We kick off proceedings on Friday night with Alaves against Mallorca. From there we have the likes of Villarreal against Rayo Vallecano, Valencia against Real Madrid, Barcelona against Espanyol in that Catalan derby, Sevilla against Real Sociedad, Athletic Club against Real Betis, and a Monday night showdown between Celta Vigo and Getafe.